my name's Melanie. Welcome to Midnight Screaming. I'm here with one of my cats who has insisted on being part of this review. This week I saw 3 films in theaters in 3 days. I want to talk about the one that I liked the most first. Last night I went to see Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Furiosa is directed by George Miller. It stars Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth. The film follows a young Furiosa after she is taken by a biker horde run by the evil Dementis, played by Chris Hemsworth. You see her as she goes around the wastelands until the biker horde comes across the Citadel that's run by Immortan Joe and his crew. As Immortan Joe and Dementis kind of battle it out for who has the most power, Furiosa is just trying to survive and make her way home. I think one of the standout characters of this movie is Furiosa's mother. She was incredibly strong. Her mother is just one of those badass characters that I wish we saw more of in the film. Anya Taylor-Joy, I thought, did a really great job as Furiosa. She kind of made the character her own. I saw some criticism that Anya Taylor-Joy didn't really speak throughout the film that much. Her character was mainly mute through most of the film, but I don't really think she had to speak to portray what she was feeling or thinking. Anya Taylor-Joy is such an incredible actor that she can portray her emotions in such a powerful way she doesn't need words. I thought Chris Hemsworth was great. I thought he stole most of the scenes he was in. Furiosa spends most of the film just trying to make it back home, but she's also seeking revenge and justice. I thought the action was incredible. Stunts were amazing. Cinematography is beautiful. I really enjoyed this film. I think you definitely need to see it on the big screen. Surprisingly, this is the longest Mad Max film thus far, but I don't really feel like you notice. I would probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. Definitely worth the watch. The next film I'm going to talk about is The Strangers Chapter 1. I love the first Strangers movie. The plot of the first Strangers is just so simple yet so terrifying. I really enjoyed the first film, and I actually enjoyed the sequel even though it wasn't exactly as well received. This one I assumed it was going to follow the basic kind of formula of the first 2 films. I didn't have exceedingly high expectations for the film, but I was a little disappointed. A couple stops at a remote Airbnb cabin in the woods, and they're terrorized by 3 people in masks. They didn't really change up the story that much. They didn't really add anything new or different than what was in the first film. It just wasn't done as well as the first film. When I watch horror movies, I get kind of frustrated when the characters make really stupid decisions. I was a little frustrated by the couple in this film. And the ending kind of felt a little bit anticlimactic, but I mean, it makes sense because they're planning on making 3 new Strangers movies. So this was the first one in a trilogy. I am interested to see what they're going to do with the other 2 films in this trilogy. I do like the main actress. I loved her in Riverdale, and I think she did a fine job. I think both of the main actors did a fine job. I just think the script was maybe a little lacking. I would probably rate it maybe like a 4.5 out of 10. That's not necessarily saying don't see this movie. If you enjoy slasher movies, this one's a fine film. I enjoyed it. I would probably watch it again. I wouldn't necessarily recommend seeing it in theaters. I mean, it was fine. It just maybe wasn't as good as the first movie, but they rarely are, you know. The last movie I saw this week was the movie If, directed by John Krasinski. I thought it was a cute film. It's one of those where if you saw the trailer, I think you've seen most of the best scenes from the film. I thought Kaylee Fleming did a good job in the role as the young girl in it. I thought John Krasinski did a great job as the father. Ryan Reynolds was Ryan Reynolds. He's always good. It was fun to hear all the different voices from the different characters because there's so many comedians that lend their voices to different imaginary friends in this movie. That was a lot of fun. Steve Carell, it's always good to hear his voice. I love Steve Carell. The basic plot of the movie is a young girl who's kind of going through a hard time finds out that she can see imaginary friends. She learns that a lot of imaginary friends no longer have kids that they're assigned to because their kids have grown up and they no longer need them. So she spends the movie with Ryan Reynolds trying to find basically homes for these imaginary friends, new children that they can help. I thought it was cute. The story was good. I would probably rate it like a 6.5 out of 10. I think it's definitely worth a watch, especially if you have young kids. I think it's a good movie to see with your family. I don't necessarily think you need to run to the theater to go see it. I think you could wait for streaming. I love John Krasinski. I think he is a great director, and I'm looking forward to see what else he's going to do. Well, those are the 3 movies I saw this week. Thanks so much for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Please feel free to leave your thoughts on these movies below. I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for letting my cat join today. I hope you all have a great week. Bye.